guys, my name is Ari. I'm the Bookish Freakin' MB and welcome to my channel. Because I got so many new subscribers this week, I decided to do a small check-in for Latinx Heritage Month. I have kind of put myself in this predicament where I did a TBR and it is totally in shambles. I got 2 new books that I want to add to my TBR, but I don't want to pull any of the ones that were on the previous one, and that would make my whole month kind of hectic. So some of these might bleed over into the end of October, which might not be the worst thing, but I did want to do a small check-in just to tell you what my progress is like, and also show you the 2 new books that I got that I want to actually add to this TBR for the rest of this month. It's gonna be kind of hectic. I think I can do it, but if it does end up going over a little bit, I don't think I would complain. I'm kind of swimming in books here, and I think that's a good way to be at the moment. But I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of the taste of what I'm doing this month. I've committed myself to doing more content that is more Latinx centered, and reading more books by more Latinx authors, Afro Latinx, and trans people, non-binary people that are Latinx. So amidst all of the whole J.K. Rowling discourse and everything, even though I already buy a lot of non-binary and trans authors, I did pick up a couple more from two non-binary authors that I did not know were non-binary until just recently, when I checked out a list from Bookshop that had, like, I think 125 books by trans and non-binary authors, and these 2 were on the list. But I do first want to show you the book that I am reading now and what I plan to read after. And this is my check-in because partially I need to keep myself committed to my TBR, and I also have to keep myself accountable for the things that I read. And because I just want this to turn out to be a good month for me reading wise. So I just need to keep myself accountable and go ahead and begin hitting some of these goals, because by the end of the month I want to be like right up on my goal, my Goodreads goal and all of that stuff. So I do plan on reading a couple more books this month. Well, more than a couple, but it's gonna be, it's gonna be some work, but I know I'm gonna have to buckle down and read a little bit more and do a little bit more in order to finish the books that I put on my TBR. I might not finish all of them before Latinx Heritage Month is over, but I think the takeaway here is trying to get as many books in as possible. So, as you guys know, some of my subscribers follow me on Twitter, and they know that right now I am reading The House of Impossible Beauties, which is a book that is based on Paris is Burning and the lives of Hector Extravaganza and Angel Extravaganza and the whole ballroom scene. As far as I've gotten pretty far in here, they don't have it leaves a lot to be desired, but I do enjoy the story. I do think that it garners some empathy from people for queer people, and more so than not, queer people of color. So yeah, I will be finishing this, and when I'm done, I will give a final checkup and check in on this book. But I do really enjoy this book, and I'm looking forward to getting to the end so that I can move on to the next book in my Latinx-a-thon TBR. And another thing is I am trying to participate into other readathons this month. So it's Latinx-a-thon, Latinx Book Bingo, and Latinx uh, History Month Book Fest. And for the book fest, I'm actually doing a panel, so I will give you the information for that at the end of the video. But yeah, I think I'm gonna let this count for more than one of my readathons just so that I can knock some things out. But The House of Impossible Beauties is actually a really good story, and I think I'm more than halfway through it. So once I finish this, I'll do another check-in, and we'll see how I liked the rest of the book. Now, one of the themes for Latinx-a-thon calls for a book by an author, by a Latinx author that doesn't, that comes from a country that doesn't speak Spanish. So, Roxane Gay is actually Haitian. Difficult Women is a collection of stories that she wrote a few years back, and it's been kind of sitting here, and I wanted to read it for some time, so I decided to make it a part of this particular readathon because it's just a book that I wanted to, read, and not just read, but knock it out and see what it's all about. So I started reading it earlier. I kind of skimmed through the first few pages, and it's pretty good. I do plan on reading this next though. And the two books that has put my whole TBR in shambles are right here. I have wanted this book since it was announced, I think sometime last year. It's by Marco Shiro. They are an author, wrote one of my favorite books, Anger is a Gift. Let's just say Anger is a Gift actually almost destroyed me. It was just a tearjerker, a heart jerker, and just it will play on your heartstrings. It will make you cry. It will just evoke so much emotion in so many people. I know, like, I've been talking to a lot of people that are booktubers that have read it, and they've had the same reactions, same emotions that I had reading it, and I really want to read it again, but I don't want to read it again because of the emotional work that goes with reading that book. But I did get Marco Shiro's Second book, it's called Each of Us a Desert. It is a fantasy, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm really, really hoping and praying that this book is a little bit less of a tearjerker. It might not be. Let's see, like Marco Shiro destroyed me with Anger's a Gift, and their second book I heard is really, really good and is a pretty awesome fantasy. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one, and it's really, really well published and everything. It has little pictures and stuff. I'm I really am going to read this eventually. It's a part of one of my TBRs. I don't know. I think Latinx bingo, book bingo, but it'll be a part of one of the three that I am participating in this month. And you know, I um I was talking about non-binary authors that are Latinx, and these two are non-binary Latinx authors, and I'm really, really looking forward to reading both of these. And when these came in the mail, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm I don't want to add to my TBR, but I really want to read these books, and I kind of don't want to wait. So they might be added to the TBR. I have no idea if where or how, but I do want to read them. Um, but with that said, this was it's oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I am just looking forward to this month. You know, so far it's been pretty good. I'm trying to not overwhelm myself, but for the most part, I think that I'm gonna do pretty well with these readathons. Just gotta be smart about how I make certain books count within the scheme of all of these prompts and things like that. So I am working on it, working on that book, and I will be checking in, I guess, again next week. I will do another check-in, and we will see exactly how far I've gotten in my TBR, and I guess that's it. So to every person in every time zone, every realm, every universe, have a good one.